Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Crystal Healer Summit. I'm super excited today to be with Krista Mitchell, the author of two amazing crystal healing books, Change Your Energy and Crystal Reiki. Krista, how are you?
I'm good. As we were just talking before, I'm right about to move. So life is crazy and it's interesting, but I'm always in the healing and the crystal healing conversation, and I'm definitely happy to be here. So thank you for inviting me.
That's so great. So Krista, tell us a little bit about what you do with crystals, because you also have an online academy, the Crystalline Academy. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep, the Crystalline Academy. Yeah. Well, my story with crystals goes way back to, I guess, I've been into them since I was little, but therapeutically, it goes back to just right near the beginning of the 2000s, where life kind of fell apart for me. My Saturn return that happened a few years from now really kind of tore me a new one and set me on the path that I was meant to be on. And that's where I really started to discover their therapeutic benefits. And then from there, I started weaving them into and integrating them into the Reiki healing work that I was already doing. And they just, everything evolved and kind of took over. And I've been really, in many ways, I'm kind of a vessel for them and the work that they're seeking to do, the messages that they're seeking to do, what they're seeking to help people with since then. So my scope, my scope is pretty specifically to healing and transformative work with crystals, laying them out on the body, but also working with them and interacting with them for change and also to evolve consciousness in a very real way.
You also have a really amazing extensive crystal reading certification as well. And
yes.
As a crystal reader, I really love your program.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was, it's interesting because with the crystal readings, like I'm one of those people that up to the point that I started doing those, I never considered myself to be psychic. I never considered myself to be intuitive, but I just found that every time, when I was working with the crystals, and especially if someone held them or whatever, the information that I get from people and be able to download and channel was really kind of incredible. It sort of changed my whole perspective on that. So yeah, crystal readings are amazing.
Yeah, so let's do something a little fun. Can you tell us the three crystals that you love working with and a little bit about them?
It's funny because it's like I looked at that question previously and I was like, no crystal healer has favorite crystals. We love them all, for different reasons. But then I thought, oh, well, actually, that's not true. Because, here I am, as I said, I'm packing up. And of course, all my crystals are packed, and you have to pack each one like a precious little egg, so it takes time. So I had to tune in with what am I really going to need in these next couple of weeks to support me, to keep myself in alignment, to keep myself from going nutballs with everything changing. And the two crystals that I was guided to were what I consider to be my soul stone. So I believe that everyone has like a soul stone, like one crystal that just really, really speaks to and resonates to the energy of their spirit. And then we also have like totem or medicine stones that are with us for a period of time through our lives, that provide for us what we need as we're healing and evolving in that phase.
Oh, I love that.
So for me, my soul stone was Ahawite. And one of my big medicine stones since I think about 2008 has been celestial quartz, smoky celestial. So I grabbed those two. So I would say those two. And then of course, selenite stick, because as I tell my students, really the only thing you can't do with a selenite stick is ground yourself. The amount of healing work and transformational work you can do with selenite is just absolutely unbelievable. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. You wanted me to show them, and of course I've got them in my bra. Having a wild moment. But yeah, so this is just a small one. This is my Ahawite in quartz. And as you know, Ahawite is that powerful goddess energy, one of the highest frequency crystals I think we have here on the planet, at least right now, that has revealed itself to us. And because it's so high frequency, it naturally repels lower frequencies. So it's great for protection. It's great for energy clearing. But what it opens you up to in terms of your inner abilities, your spiritual abilities, your psychic abilities, the deep emotional healing that happens with it is really kind of incredible. And I find that, especially when I'm going through a lot of change, uncertainty, like we've all been through, what I need so much is I need alignment. I need to be able to stay in alignment. I need to be able to stay open and connected to source, as well as really listening to myself. So I find that Ahoite does all of that for me. Is this okay that I talk about these? Yeah. And at the same time, when you're working with those really high frequency crystals, you have to embody the energy. You have to ground the energy. You have to be able to contain the energy, because we're in physical vessels. And so the celestial quartz is a very powerful balancer to that high frequency Ahoite, energy, without, pulling you down away from the access that you're seeking to have and the connection to the higher chakras. It helps to ground all that light energy in the body, while also helping you to come into more of an expansive place overall in terms of your experience. So that one. And then, as I said, selenite, daily aura clearing, cord cutting, hold it when you feel stressed or anxious. Sometimes I even just sleep holding a selenite stick. Great for coughing and health stuff, tension. So those were the three crystals when I was like, if stranded on a desert island, these were the three that I would want with me pretty much for the rest of my life. So
that's amazing. You have so many amazing extensive programs. Crystal reading, crystal healing. You have the crystal mediumship course that's coming up. I would like to know, from your perspective, what are the qualities that you look for when people apply to your program to know that they're going to be successful crystal healers?
Well, there's really just one quality, which is, no, there's two. I think there's two. Desire and openness to change. Which change is learning, change is healing, change is growth, change is letting go of what doesn't serve you. Those are really the only two things. I mean, it is more of an advanced, involved program, let's say, from maybe like beginner or experimental programs, but there's really no prerequisite. If you feel called to the healing path, either personally or professionally, you have that true, like, soul-based desire, and you're really open to learning to change, because a big part of our, this program is working on yourself. Because we learn best as healers, we learn best from our own lives, from our own healing experience. So when you're really willing to go through that, then you're really able to show up for other people and embody what you're learning and be able to share it, in a way that is wise and empowered. So those are really the two qualities that I look for.
That is amazing. So
yeah.
This is the part where I ask you, is there anything you'd like to demonstrate or share with the people who are attending the summit about crystals?
Well, I guess I'd like to come at it from a little bit of a different direction, because, certainly I could talk about different crystals and their properties, but the thing that, sometimes I feel like, especially if you're new to crystals, I feel we're all initially drawn to crystals because of their magic and because of the change and the healing that they promise in working with them. And that's certainly the case, but we need to remember that we're also kind of a big walking crystal. We're also a source of incredible energy and power. And so when you're working with crystals, we're working together with them. And it's not about so much what a crystal can do for you or for someone else in healing, but what you can do with the crystal and with the energy. Because, as I encourage my students and tell my students, crystals can go as deep as you want to go and deeper. But one of the challenges we face when we're working with crystals is our approach. And, especially in Western society, we're taught an approach that's very symptomatic. If you have a pain, take a pill. If there's a problem, take a pill, slap a Band-Aid on it, calm down, you know, go eat some ice cream, like whatever it might be. And so the approach can be very symptomatic, like, oh, if I'm having a trouble, let's say with abundance, I need more abundance, I'm going to work with abundance crystals. But it's like, if there's a problem underneath that that's causing an abundance block, until such time as you deal with that problem, your experience isn't really going to shift. You might experience some temporary change or growth as the crystals alter your energy. But if what you need to heal is still, you know, deep within and isn't being accessed, isn't being worked on, then your energy pattern is just going to come back and bring things back to square one. So one of the things that I feel is just a complete and total game changer in crystal healing and in healers' work in general is to look for that underlying cause. Look for the why. You know, if you're blocked in something, if you're frustrated in something, if something's not healing, you know, if there's a change you want to make in your life, looking at what that underlying cause is, and then looking for crystals that can help you work through that, heal that, transform. That's where you see the major change and the major difference happen, you know, and this is where you can hear sometimes, oh, I tried working with these crystals, but they didn't work. They didn't help me. And the thing is, crystals are always emitting energy. You know, that's the law of the universe. Energy is always moving, and all matter that we know of is energy. So if the energy you're exposing to yourself isn't working, then maybe you're working with the wrong energy. And so this is something that I really try to communicate. You know, I teach it to my students and really run them through it, but I also seek to communicate it, you know, on my social channels and everything else, is starting to look at those underlying causes so that you can become really empowered in your process, and you can really start to affect change that is lasting and fundamental for yourself and also for other people. So again, with people who are approaching crystal healing or who are new to crystal work, really starting to get deeper into the why of what you're seeking to affect, change, or heal can then help guide you to the crystals that can be of best service to you at this time.
Wow, that was so very kind of powerful and very informative and interesting, because a lot of times people don't see it that way, and it was a really great different kind of perspective. Thank you so much, Krista. For those who are tuning in and want to learn more about Krista, please check out the link that is located in the email below the video. If you have anything that you want to share with anyone, please send me the link. Thank you so much, Krista, and see and talk to you soon. Bye.
Okay, bye.